Hey guys, for today's video I thought I would introduce to you my favorite food custom content with a focus on Asian cuisine and Asian food because I literally cannot live without my food mods and I am Asian, and therefore it's very nice to see beautiful food custom content that reminds me of the things that I grew up eating. So anyways, we are now watching my sim self having a cup of yuja tea in her apron because she has spent the entire morning cooking up a storm for us. Do you like my new sim self? I think she looks the most like me, although she's a lot prettier than I am, but okay, that's beside the point. And also, I'm actually using Reina's house from my Gong Legacy Let's Play. It's just that this is the most beautiful house that I have at the moment, and also it's kind of appropriate because Reina is Chinese and she's really good at cooking too. So I'm just using her house. And we have, as you can see, cooked a ton of food. I have turned my MXAO off for the rest of this video because I will have to mouse over to show you like the description that comes up and the name and stuff like that. It's not my full reshade. I actually love it more if it's like this. It looks so much more 3D and nice, but for readability's sake I'm actually going to just do like that. And so on this table you can see a lot of different foods. I have separated it into like 3 different creators. This table over here holds the most Asian food from like a single creator, and this creator's name is ONI. I think they're a Korean creator if I'm not mistaken, so they're very familiar with Asian food, and about I want to say like 75% to 80% of their food custom content are Asian food, and not just Korean but also Japanese and Chinese and Hong Kong Taiwanese. These two are Thai food stuff too. So Oni might be my favorite food custom content creator ever. This is definitely not everything that is in the catalog, obviously. And you can actually access the catalog of stuff that you have in your mods folder through this custom paper bag. And this is updated to the latest version as of today. Oni has always been very on the ball with their updates, so I think every month there is like a new update. So all you have to do is make sure that you consistently update to the latest to make sure that it works, especially if you want to download any of the new recipes. And then through here you can go to cook. I have a couple of their other supplementary mods like their grocery mod and their delivery mod, but it's not really like part of today's video, so I'm not going to go through those. I'm just going to go straight to cooking. And over here there's a lot of things you can do. It's separated into different categories. Mainly I did meals, so through meals you'll be able to see a ton of different foods. I've downloaded so much. If I scroll through you can see that it's like ramen and gyudon, and there's actually a lot of Japanese food that I didn't make myself make for us because I wanted to focus more on like the food that are closer to me because I am Chinese and I'm from Singapore, so I actually grew up with a lot of Southeast Asian cuisine, so I tried to focus on that a little bit. So I'm just gonna go quickly through all of the different food items that I have laid out here. These are considered like things that I really like to have my Sims cook. I always gravitate towards these dishes, so I highly recommend having them in game. These are actually just for show, to be honest, like these drinks, these alcoholic drinks, but I thought it was very cool so I added it in. So we're starting off with this one. This is makgeolli, which is like a rice alcoholic beverage from Korea. And then we have the tteokbokki over here, also a Korean dish. We have udon, a Japanese dish, noodle soup dish. We have hakao, which is a Hong Kong dim sum dish. It looks so much like hakao. I look at it and I kind of want to eat hakao now, you know. It feels so much like home. It made me so happy to see that there are like bamboo steamer foods in my game. So this is actually a very big deal for me. And then we have yuja tea, which is something that you can brew via this kettle if you have a kettle. And I think I brewed it via this. Like I went to drinks, and then yeah, there are like bubble tea options as well. Then we have a couple of different teas like yuja, jujube, I don't know. And then there's also yuja 8 and stuff. I don't really download a lot of their drinks because I don't know why. I have a lot of food more. And then moving on, we have the Korean kimchi fried rice, which is very standard and very nice. We have the gua bao. This bao is very nice. It's very Chinese. Feels so much like home. I don't think we call it gua bao though. We call it tongpo rou bao. I don't know, something like that. Maybe it's actually called gua bao, but I didn't know. But yeah, that one is nice. And then we do have like 2 Thai food items that I love so much. I can't live without these 2 items. So there's tom kha gai, a Thai chicken coconut soup, and it looks very nice presented in these this big pot thing, and this is tom yum gong. This is Thai shrimp stew, and it's lovely. It's one of my favorite dishes. And then we have xiao long bao, of course, one of my favorite Chinese food ever. And like, this was the first thing that I went googling for. Like, I wanted xiao long bao so bad, and I think that's how I found oni in the first place, because I was trying to prepare for my Gong Legacy. That's how I found oni, because I wanted Asian food in my game. And then we have Cheong Fan, which is a Hong Kong dish. It's basically like sheets of rice noodle dipped in some sort of like soy sauce mixture. Depending on which part of the world you're from, they do present themselves a little bit different. This is definitely the Hong Kong style. And then this one is one of my favorites. Oh my god, all of these are my favorites. That's why they're in this video. But yes, Taiwanese beef noodle soup. I have talked about this so much on my channel already, but this is one of my favorite dishes ever growing up. And then here we have tonkatsu curry. This is tonkatsu, like it starts with D instead of T, which is kind of weird, but I think it's because oni is Korean. So I think in Korean it's supposed to be dong instead of tonkatsu. But basically it is pork cutlet and curry. And over here we have like some Japanese stuff. I just really wanted to at least showcase a couple of Japanese things. And honestly, oni's like, I guess, I don't know what you call this, like mash, the food, the way they made the food show up in the game, it just looks so good. So we have this sushi platter, sashimi platter thing over here. It's so lovely. And we have soju, of course. So if anyone don't know what soju is, it's alcohol. It's basically Korean alcohol. I think these are very nice for if your Sims are going to go party and they want to make some drinks that they can call to meal for. I think you can call to meal, right? I don't have people here, but I'm pretty sure you can call to meal if there are people in the house right now. These two creators here are also my favorites. I love their other food items as well, but in terms of like Asian food, they do have a little bit less, but they're still really good. And without them, I wouldn't have had some of these dishes that I feel like is very important in my culture. Like, for example, this portion over here is by Little Bobab. So over here you can see the wonton soup, we have chicken satay, we have van bo hieu. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this is like a Vietnamese noodle dish. And then obviously we have like rainbow sushi, which I don't think it's authentic, but it's one of the newest stuff and it's very fresh and new to me. And the Grannies Cookbook, if you're not familiar, it can be accessed via this little tin over here. I'm just gonna drag it over. And that's not the only way. The basic version of the Grannies Cookbook is actually legit just a cookbook. It looks like this. There are many swatches, so you can choose how you want it to look like when it's in the world, which is really cute. And then this little tin is like an additional like package that you can download if you want like a different presentation. This one is also another version that I have never used before, but some people like this one. It opens up on the table. It looks like a recipe book. I think it's pretty cool too. One day maybe I'll use it in like a more I don't know, more busier kitchen or something. And for Grannies Cookbook, you have like 5 different categories ranging from breakfast to appetizer to barbecue to meals and dessert. I have a lot of their recipes and they're not necessarily just Asian food, so I'm just gonna scroll through a little bit. So if you want to see, you can see there are like many different types of stuff. Very cute. They all look really cute too, but because of today's focus, I'm going to not talk about them that much, but I do use them a lot in my Let's Plays. So I mean, like, I literally only cook custom foods in my Let's Plays, so if you want to see them in action, watch my Let's Plays. But yeah, and then last but not least, we have food by icemunmun. Icemunmun is an amazing food CC creator. I have been following icemunmun for years now, and these are like the standout items made by them. So these ones are actually all like South to Southeast Asian cuisine, which honestly, along with these two Thai food items, this Vietnamese dish, they are actually really timely right now, because as I'm filming this, For Rent, the expansion pack is coming out very soon, and it's a Southeast Asian world. So as a Southeast Asian myself, I'm so excited for it. But just in case you guys don't have the expansion pack yet, or you're not planning on getting it at all, I'm just here to tell you that you don't have to have them in order to have at least the foods in your game. And honestly, these, they will always look better than the food in a game. So this is nasi lemak, which is basically coconut rice. It is a dish that is very common in Singapore, Malaysia. And then we have tandoori roti, which is a Indian food. And then we have pineapple fried rice, which is Thai. And this one is actually a grand meal. So there are custom content items that are actually grand meals that can feed 12 people, which is very cool. And then we have sweet mango sticky rice, which is a Thai dessert. I think it's a dessert. And then last but not least, we do have chicken adobo, which is a Filipino dish. I think I've never really tried it before, but I love that I have that in my game. These things from icemunmun, they are accessible by a couple of different items as well. I like to use this the most, this spice rack. There's also the stack of cookbooks version, these ones, which is also something I really like to use. But sometimes this might be better in terms of like, for example, your Sims live in a messier kitchen. I see this working very well for that kitchen as well. If you click on all of these, you'll be able to see custom drinks and custom foods. Actually, for icemunmun, what's good is you can actually click on the fridge and you get custom drinks and custom food as well, which is very useful. You don't even need to have these things out if you don't want them to be out. So you can go into custom food here and then you will be able to bake and make different things depending on whether you download the recipes or not, because I download a lot, so there's a lot to choose from. But if you download like just a couple, I don't know if you get like the full menu, but it's definitely very, very fun to look through and see what they have. icemunmun is good because like icemunmun actually goes through cuisines from all over the world, and they've been doing this for so long that there's actually a lot of food items from all across the world. Like I see African cuisine, I see like European cuisine, obviously there's gonna be like the typical American stuff or like the more like global international foods. I see Indian stuff. So if you're finding something from a certain culture, chances of icemunmun having it is actually very high, and I really like that about icemunmun. And also their foods are usually very well made. Like it looks so good. MXAO, save me. But yes, I'm going to get my sim self to come over and grab a bowl of I'm gonna say, I think maybe the curry, because this one is currently just in a pot. So if we grab a serving, you'll see that the serving comes out and it actually looks really nice too. Like look at this. It looks like the kind that you will get at a restaurant, which is amazing. And I want to show you a couple of others as well. Like for example, let's grab a serving of tom yum gong. Look at that! Oh my god, it's so good. And if you're not familiar with food custom content mods at all, the way they actually make the food, I'm gonna just stack everything here for a minute because I do want to demonstrate. I'm just gonna place this randomly. Oh my god, I am lost. I want to demonstrate the level of detail they put into like the entire experience of your Sims cooking. So I feel like every single one of them does the same thing, but I'm just going to go to maybe, I feel like icemunmun does this very well. So let's go to custom food and then we're gonna go cook a custom meal. I just want to show you at least once like how it's done. Let's go do something that we haven't actually shown you yet. I'm trying to find something that is very complex in the way it's made so I can show you like what they go through. I'm going to try fish and banana leaf. I'm not actually sure which culture this is from. Oh, Bengali. Okay, that's also Asian. I gave her like max cooking skills, so she's going to do this really quickly and really well. I feel like for the most part, the ingredients that actually goes into the dish are presented on the board, and you can see over here that the texture of the pot, like whatever's inside, is different. I appreciate that little bit of detail because sometimes like when you're taking photos of your Sims cooking different things, I like to see it being different in the pot or the pan themselves. And you can see that the entire cooking process is not over yet. They will just go back to chopping and stuff. I feel like for the cooking processes in the game, it's not often the case where you will just like see them do this again and again. But sometimes it might be a little bit longer and it might be a little bit like too long depending on what you want to have it for. Look at that! It's the fish and banana leaf. I love that. Yeah, so literally all the ingredients that goes into the dish, you can see it being made. So right now I think we're doing the rice, I think. I'm not sure because I'm not familiar with this dish, but my Sims like to make it a lot and it comes out in like most of the custom dishes. I don't know if you noticed. They don't just come in like the plain old boring like white dish. And then one more bonus item that I want to show you is actually this rice cooker. This is a custom one, but the rice cooker mod is also pretty cool because like in every Asian household you will see a rice cooker. I feel like it's just like a very common thing to have in our household. We can't live without rice. With this mod you can actually make like normal food that comes with the game, like chili, franken beans, things that it's kind of stewy. You can make it in a rice cooker, which is realistic in real life. And then obviously there is like porridge and congee, and you can make like different types of porridge from all over the world. I think I'm only familiar with like rice porridge, and preserved egg with pork congee is something that I have a lot, like just regularly in life. So we can actually just like click on like a family size, and then your sim will go and make sure that it started to cook. The good thing about this is your sim wouldn't have to go through the whole cooking cooking process and cook a lot, they can just like pour rice into like this cooker and go about their business. If your sim is like a very busy sim and they just came home from work and they just really want to feed themselves and their family, they can just pour like ingredients into the rice cooker, walk away, do whatever they need, including like going to the bathroom, take care of your kids, that kind of stuff, and then slowly but surely you'll see like this thing cooking. So I've clicked on it after a while and you can see grab a serving, pick up a serving and pack in a sack lunch and empty as well. So you can grab a serving and then you'll see the rice, the porridge actually come out. This is actually a add-on to the rice cooker mod. So the original rice cooker is not this one. So these two are the rice cookers that came with the rice cooker mod. I'll link it down below, so don't worry about whether you'll be able to find it or not. And then this one that I have over here is a mod on top of a mod to make it look cuter. Isn't this so cute? It has so many like nice trendy colors and it will match any modern kitchen. I just really liked this one for Reina's house, so I used this one instead. But basically the rice cooker mod is the star of the show for today's showcase. I can't show you the rest right now, but you can also make rice obviously. So let's get my sim self to empty this. When I say cook rice, there's actually a lot of different things that we can make too, including plasma rice, because I guess vampires need to eat as well. And tamago kake gohan is probably the most like normal thing that I can see. I mean, obviously millet and stuff are also pretty normal. You can also get like an actual like just a bowl of rice, which is lovely because we just usually eat white rice. So it's very nice to have that option to make white rice and have that on the table if you really want to. So yeah, those are all the food mods. I hope this was like clear enough for you, exciting enough for you. Oh my god, the lighting is so good right now. Honestly, I am so sad that I can't make this entire video with like the MXAO because look at this. Is this not nice? So I'm going to create a blog post with all of these food items on my website, so it'll be easy for you to go find these food items to download for yourself in your game. And yeah, with that, I think I'm gonna just leave you now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think and let me know your feedback, what else you want to see, and also leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you haven't. Your support means the absolute most to me, so I appreciate you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video once again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys, thank you.